suppose que beaucoup de gens ne savent pas que l'Algérie.
On May 8th, 2008, Slim, Algeria's leading cartoonist, visited UCLA to make a presentation on the history of political cartoons in Algeria. Slim recounted that France colonized Algeria from 1830 to 1962 and also exposed Algerians to comic strip culture. When Algeria became independent in 1962, France took its comics back. The new rulers of independent Algeria thought comics were harmful to the minds of Algerian youth, and so comics disappeared from newsstands. However, Slim and the other cartoonists kept the art alive, and in 1968, Slim published a comic book called Moustache and the Belkacem Brothers, which was a parody of the classic film Battle of Algiers. This was the first comic book published in independent Algeria, and Bouzid became the lead character in Slim's best-known comic strip, Zid Ya Bouzid.
En face de chez moi, il y avait un type qui s'appelait Bouzid. Il avait son nom sur la porte. Je dis, mais il est tout trouvé ce nom. Bouzid, c'est phonétiquement, on ne peut pas le rater, il n'y a pas de difficulté. Surtout quand j'écris, moi, je vais transcrire, je vais être le premier à transcrire des mots arabes en français. Comme ça, je vais amener la culture de la rue directement au lecteur. Et donc, je mets Bouzid. Le titre, Bouzid rappelle une expression très connue en Algérie qui s'appelle, on dit Zid Ya Bouzid, c'est-à-dire continue, va de l'avant, montre-nous des choses, aide-nous à avancer, Zid Ya Bouzid. Et j'ai appelé la bande Zid Ya Bouzid. Sa femme, c'est le premier personnage que j'ai créé, bien avant Mimoun, bien avant Bouzid. Sa femme, c'était quand je venais moi de Bel Abbès, ville de l'ouest, du Far West de l'Algérie, où les femmes sont voilées de A à Z jusqu'aux pieds, où elles n'ont qu'un seul œil. J'arrive dans une ville où les femmes, elles ont des deux grands yeux, comme ça, bien ouverts, bien maquillées, et elles ont le mollet découvert. C'est-à-dire des femmes très sexy. Merde, et c'est fabuleux. J'ai commencé à dessiner donc des femmes rondes, comme des petites poulettes, tu vois. Et c'était ça, Zina. Zina est née avant Bouzid. Et je l'ai fait rencontrer donc par Bouzid. Zina, elle a fui un mariage forcé.
In 1988, change came to Algeria. Riots broke out across the country and hundreds were killed by the army. A new phase of democratization began. New political parties were formed, and a religious party, Front Islamique du Salut, or Islamic Salvation Front, rapidly became the leading opposition to the ruling FLN party. Suddenly, society became increasingly religious. Men with full-length beards and women wearing the veil became common. Around that time, Slim began a series of cartoons on the Barbu, the bearded Islamists. In 1991, the Islamic Salvation Front swept the first round of the national elections, winning 85% of the vote. In January 1992, when the military intervened and canceled the second round of elections, violence erupted, and the Islamists took up arms. Targeted assassinations of intellectuals, journalists, and cartoonists, as well as public officials, soon followed. After receiving death threats and realizing that the state could no longer protect its own citizens, Slim went to Morocco and later to France to wait until the situation improved. As conditions worsened in Algeria, Slim stopped creating new Zid Ya Bouzid comic strips, although he continued to produce others.
10 ans d'absence. Bouzid n'était plus revenu. Et je me suis dit, tiens, c'est une très bonne idée, je vais faire que Bouzid, il était dans le coma. Dans le coma, et puis hop, il est sorti, mais il est sorti dans la période de maintenant, c'est-à-dire le capitalisme sauvage. Lui qui était un socialiste. Ouais, parce que ses ennemis ont gagné. Oui, ses ennemis ont gagné.
Bouzid may be Slim's best-known character, but his work goes far beyond that to cover a wide array of political and social topics. Constantly creative, he has explored new styles, using historical photographs as backgrounds for his comics, using animation to add another dimension to his work, and in general, embracing new tools and technologies. Today, freedom of expression remains restricted in Algeria, and cartoonists are thrown into jail for work deemed offensive by the state. Still, through their art, Slim and his fellow cartoonists continue to address the political and social issues of the day.